All right, so we're going to start seated with crossed legs. We're going to just begin a couple of stretches targeting the neck. These are daily stretches that you can use to release tension from the neck, the shoulders, and improve your posture. We're going to drop the right ear to the right shoulder. Just relax your shoulder blades. Try not to have any tension up there. Relax the legs. Let it hang nice and heavy. And we're going to take deep inhalations in through the nose and exhalations through the mouth. We're going to slowly roll that chin into the chest, holding it there in the center for 5 deep breaths. Slowly roll that left ear to your left shoulder. You can close your eyes in this pose. Use this opportunity to connect with your breath. And slowly roll your gaze towards the ceiling, the back of the skull, into the traps, opening up that front portion of your neck. And slowly we're going to roll the head in this direction, down right to the center, bring it left, and repeat it 3 more times, nice and slow. So you want to be able to feel that stretch as you change angles. Beautiful. Just breathe in through the nose, exhale. The slower you go, the better it is to allow yourself to feel the stretch. Looking for any kinks you might have. You can always hold a little longer. Go ahead, stop and reverse directions. We're going to move to the other side. You'll start feeling this in your thoracic spine as well, if you're experiencing any tightness around that area. So take your time. One more. Beautiful. From this position, let's move into child's pose. We're going to bring the knees out, the toes together in the back. Coming into a forward fold, reaching the hands to the front. You're going to walk one at a time, extending the arms and bringing your forehead to rest on the mat. Allow your chest to melt down into the floor. On the next inhale, I want you to reach your fingertips a little further out, and the exhale to walk your hands to the right side. We're going to start stretching the lower left. You'll feel this around your hip area, the lower back, the lats, shoulders, and chest as well. We're going to hold this static stretch now on the left side. So inhale your hands to center and exhale, walk your hands to the left as far out as you can. Just enough to feel that tension in the muscle. We're going to walk the hands underneath the shoulders, coming into a tabletop position for a dynamic stretch, the cow and the cat. So we're going to arch the back, look up to the ceiling, exhale, bring the chin down and round the spine. This is going to improve blood circulation. It decreases the tension in the spine. It loosens up all the muscles and tones your abdominal wall as well. So work with your breath. Inhale, look up, arch the back. Exhale, chin to the chest, round the spine. Same concept we use with the neck stretch. You want to move through this movement nice and slow, giving yourself an opportunity to experience full range of motion. Let's try one more. Inhale to look up, arch the back. Exhale, look down, round the spine. Returning into neutral position, shoulders stack over your hands. We're going to pick up that left arm and circle it back 5 times, nice and slow. Take your time. I want you to inhale to reach that arm forward. Exhale. We're going to bring it up, back, down, and forward. Take your time. You can even turn your palms, rotating at the shoulder blades and your wrist. Place that hand back under your shoulders and move on to the right side. Inhale to reach your fingertips forward. Exhale, take it back, down, and forward 5 times. Think about reaching, getting nice and long with the arms. Bring that hand back down into the shoulders. Now we're going to go in the opposite direction. So you're going to inhale, reach the arms back, up, forward, and down 5 times. Take your time. Nice and slow. We're releasing synovial fluid in that shoulder and working mobility. Your ability to move in full range of motion. Drop that hand down, reset, shoulders over palms, and transition into the right side, always maintaining the pelvic floor engaged. You're going to inhale, reach back, exhale, forward, down, and around. Slow down the movement to really feel that joint moving, stretching the muscles in the chest and upper back. Bring your hands down right underneath your shoulders. Let's move to the lower body. We're going to roll the hips. So point push your hands into the floor, gently moving your way back towards your heels as you roll from the left side to the right, nice and slow. You want to be able to feel this in your outer hips, in your posterior chain. Inhaling to move back, exhaling to move forward. You can stop in the center and reset your direction, moving now from the right side, back, left, and forward. Slow down the movement to really experience that stretch on your right outer hip. Inhale will bring you back. Exhale will bring you forward. One more time. Excellent. We're going to pick up your left leg. Push your toes towards the floor and press your heels towards the back wall. Try to square up your hips, so if you're opening towards the left, I need you to rotate your hips so they're centered with the floor. We're going to bend the knees and bring the heels towards the butt, squeezing the hamstrings, holding this contraction for 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly return the leg into extension, dropping it down into a flexed knee and pressing back up into an extension, squeezing the glutes. We're going to bring the left leg out towards the left side, nice and slow, maintaining it hip level. Hold your balance. We're going to bend the knees towards the center, bringing that leg back in. And extend the leg, knees, and out. You got it. We're going to rotate that leg back into an extension behind, toes down, heels to the back wall. Squeeze your glutes, maintain your hips leveled. And slowly start to bend the knees and bring that leg down into a rest. Let's press back into child's pose, stretching your lower back. Forehead drops to the mat. Take deep breaths. On the next exhale, press yourself back into all fours, neutral spine, neutral pelvic floor, hips over knees, and shoulders over hands. We're going to slowly start to press right heel to the back wall, squaring out the hips, and squeezing the glutes. Slowly bring your heel towards your butt. Squeeze and hold that contraction for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Extend that leg out. Toes down, heels to the back wall. Start to bend the knees, bringing it back under the hip. We're going to exhale back, pushing into an extension of the knees and the hips. Squeeze your glutes. Draw a deep inhale through the nose. On the next exhale, Start to bring your leg out to the right side, holding it hip level. Squeeze, engage your pelvic floor. We're gonna bend the knees to drop it back under the hips, nice and slow, and move into an extension of the knees and hips, lifting that leg back up on the right side. Rotating the leg back towards the back wall, toes turn down, heels turn flat, bend the knees, bring it back under your hips, and press back into child's pose. Forehead to the mat. Two more breaths. On the next exhale, you're going to be in a kneeling position. We're going to bring the right leg forward. Knees are going to stack at 90 degrees. You're going to bring your width off the feet and come up into the left knee. From here, you're going to tuck your pelvis into a posterior tilt. Just with this slight tuck, you're going to notice a deeper stretch. You don't have to do much. If your pelvic floor is engaged and you are in the correct alignment, your hip flexors will start stretching. Your quad muscles will start stretching as well. But we're going to activate it even more. So we're going to start shifting the weight forward towards your right foot and back into neutral. The pelvis is still here in this pelvic tuck. So we're going to roll forward and back, nice and slow. So I want you to inhale as you roll forward and exhale as you roll back. Work with your breath. Each time, try to go a little deeper into that stretch, holding it for a breath or two in the front, and then moving back. Let's try it one more time here. Stay here. Inhale your arms up. Reach your fingertips into the ceiling. And exhale, rotate right. It's a 45-degree rotation. Engaging the left glute. As you exhale, you're able to get a little deeper into that stretch. Inhale back center. On the next exhale, bring your weight all the way back and down. Extend your right leg, toes up to the ceiling, and just enjoy this hamstring stretch. So you want to dig your right heel into the floor, bring your toes towards you, and just melt forward. We're going to turn. You're facing me. Right leg is out to the side. Toes are forward. Sit back into your heels. Walk your hands in front of you to press your weight towards the back. So you're going to push your weight back with your right leg extended. The inner portion of your foot is down. The outer portion should be up as you press back. You're going to feel this in your inner groin muscles. Melt the chest over your thighs. Always working with your breath. And finding your sweet spot. We are all made differently. So, pay attention to your body. Let's walk the hands back in. We're going to turn now to the left, tucking the knees back into child's pose. Toes together, knees apart, hands out, and melt. Forehead to the mat. On the next exhale, you're going to come into kneeling, stepping your left foot forward, bringing the hips into an extension. We're going to tuck that pelvic floor, engaging your right glutes, keeping the crown of the head towards the ceiling, and stretching the left side. You're going to feel this in your right hip, quads. Slowly, inhale, start to shift your weight forward, getting a little deeper. And exhale back. A suggestion is to start with a small movement towards the front. As we repeat these, you can increase the depth of the stretch. So you start small, and then medium, large, extra large. Just getting a feel for your hips. This is a dynamic stretch. Hold for a couple of breaths in the front. This helps increase the range of motion of the joints and your muscles. Let's try one more time. Exhaling, bringing the right hip towards the heel, extending your left leg, sitting back, toes up, stretching the hamstrings and the glutes. So dig that heel into the floor, bring your toes towards you. Inhale, turn towards me, bring that left leg out to the side. The inner portion of your foot is down, hands are on the floor. You're going to push your hands down to press your weight back, stretching the left inner groin. Stay here, enjoy the stretch. Try to relax your quad muscles. So if you're tensing up the muscle, just loosen up the quads. Try to relax, deepening the breath. Very good. Now we are ready to push off and get into a deeper stretch for the inner groin. You're going to bend the left knee, let the inner corner of your foot line up with the edge of your mat in the back, and then you're going to bring your right foot out to the side, lining up, with the edge of the mat. So your foot is going to turn out. You have a 90-degree angle on the knees. You're going to spread your legs a little bit more, finding that sweet spot. Drop down into your forearm and start to push your weight down and back. Maintaining the spine in a straight line. You got it. So you want your spine to be neutral. You want to keep your pelvic floor engaged. Your elbows are there so you can press your weight back and down. And they're going to be manipulating how much tension you add into the stretch. So you can play around, pushing the elbows down a little bit more. Hold it and breathe. On the next exhale, try to go a little deeper into your stretch. We have about 15 seconds left. Slowly walk your hands under your shoulders. Start to push your weight up. And very gently and very slowly start to walk your knees back under your hips. This is the hardest part of this stretch. The stretch is not that bad. The hard part is getting off of it. Let's bring your right foot out to the right side. And then your left foot out to the left. Coming into a deep sumo squat. The elbows are going to go against your knees. So you're going to take your right elbow inside your right knee, your left elbow inside the left. Hand comes into prayer. So what this is going to do is this is going to work on your ankle flexibility and mobility. I want you to start rotating and shifting your weight towards the right. Right heel comes off the floor slightly. You're going to drop your knee down towards the floor, and then you're going to come back to center and do this on the left side. So you're going to shift your weight left. It's like stepping on a cigarette. You're going to twist on the balls of your foot to drop the knee down into the floor. Your chest is going to follow with you. So you're going to dip your right shoulder and dip your left shoulder. So think about turning towards the front and the center. Yes, much better. Work very slowly here to transition from side to side because you want to be able to hold this stretch for a few counts on the left and a few counts on the right. This is ankle mobility. Two more. And then we're going to try holding this deep squat for the next minute. So I want you to be patient. If it's too much for you, you can come off of it, get back on it. Keep the elbows inside of your knees because the knees are going to try coming in. The elbows are there to push them out. If you need to bring your back against the wall, you can go against the wall. And just breathe. The deeper you inhale and exhale, the more you're going to relax, the more the muscles are going to give into the stretch. the stronger you're going to become physically and mentally, because you are strong. This is good to improve your core strength as well. We're going to bring the hands to the floor and slowly start to extend the knees, turning the toes out to the front of the room, dropping the crown of the head to the floor and holding this forward, standing forward hold. Let your lower back stretch out. You are hanging here. The weight of the upper body limbs are heavy. And you're feeling this in your lower back. The hamstrings, the glutes, all of your posture muscles. We're going to walk the hands to the right side. You're going to wrap your hand around your right shin and ankle. Taking this slight rotation into the left lower back. Inhale your hands to center and slowly walk your hands down to the left. Wrap around your ankle, your shin. Rotate slightly to feel this on the right lower back. Slowly walk the hands back to center. Move into a seated squat. Now your hips are going to move back. You're going to bend the knees. Keep the heels on the floor, but we're going to stay halfway. You're not going to drop your butt any lower than your knees. So lift your butt a little higher. Beautiful. Just like that. It's like sitting on a stool. So not so low. Arms are straight. From this position, we're going to shift into a lunge. Right knee bends, left leg extends. So lift your butt a little higher. You're dropping your butt too low. You're going to keep your butt higher than your knees. We're going to come back to center, bending the legs and squatting. And then rolling out to the left, bending the knees and stretching the right. And we're going to do this a few times. Inhaling to squat. Exhaling, extend the left leg and sit on the right. Without moving your feet, you're going to keep your feet exactly what it is. All you're doing is shifting your weight from the middle into the left, from the left into the middle, dividing it between both sides, and then onto the right side. Let's try one more time, each time getting deeper into the inner groin. One more time. And turn all the way to the right, holding that deep runner's lunge. Bend your front leg, extend the back. Hands under your shoulder blades. We're going to bring that left knee outside your right heel. You're going to sit, taking a twist, rotating towards the right, hand behind your right glute. Excellent. Walk your hands back to center. Extend the left leg behind you. Turn towards me where both legs are straight. Let the crown of the head hang towards the floor. Feeling this in the hamstrings and the glutes. We're going to turn the weight now to the left, bending your left leg and leaving the right leg behind. Deep runner's lunge. Now flex your toes in the back and push your heel towards the back, stretching that calf muscle. Draw a deep inhale through the nose. On the exhale, walk your right foot outside your left heel and start to sit back. The knees outside the left heel and twisting over the left side. Walk your left hand behind your left glute. Find your balance. Great. From here, just have a seat. Uncross your legs. We're going to tuck and roll back into a nice lying position. So shoulders over your hips. Reach your arms forward and start to slowly inhale. Descend, rolling the lower back, the middle back, and your top back into the floor. Reach your arms up and over to get nice and long, extending the body. On the next exhale, hug your right knee into the chest, stretching the glutes and your hamstrings. This should feel amazing in your lower back. You can push your heel towards the front wall. Go ahead, release your right leg nice and slow. Reaching the arms overhead. Inhale, get long, expand the rib cage. Exhale, hug your left knee into the chest and hold, stretching the left side, hamstrings and glutes. Push your left heel towards the front. Very good. On the next inhale, bring the right knee in. Let's hug both knees into the chest, pushing your lower back into the floor and pressing the heels towards the front wall. Exhale, grab a hold of your right and left shin. Open the legs into an inner thigh stretch. Turn your toes slightly out, 5 degrees. And we're going to bring the bottoms of the feet together, forming a diamond with the legs, and allowing the knees to fall towards the mat, relaxing the right and the left glutes, lying nice and heavy here. Let's reach for the band. We're going to bring the band under your right foot, under the left foot, getting a little bit extra into the hamstrings and your lower back to finish this stretch. So bring your right side up. Extend your left leg out. Draw your thigh towards the belly. Push your heel towards the ceiling. Each time you exhale, try to get a little deeper into your stretch. Let's drop that right leg to the left, rotate right, gaze over your right shoulder blade. Take this twist. Inhale back to center. We're going to bring the leg up. Draw it a little closer towards the chest. Increase the pull in the back. And dropping that leg down to the right. Bringing your left hand over your hip to keep that hip squared up. Inhale the leg back to center. Let's switch sides. Left leg meets the right. We release the right leg, bringing it back down to the floor. Drawing that left thigh towards the belly. We're going to open the leg out and cross it over. Gaze over your left shoulder. Take your twist. back to center. Draw it a little closer towards you. We're going to finish stretching out. Dropping the leg onto the left side. Keep your right hand on your hip. And release that leg. We're going to roll forward and back a few times, massaging the spine to come back into seated. Tuck the chin into the chest. This is very important. Stay off the neck. You want to go to the shoulder blades, middle back, lower back. On the next way up, stay up, hold with your heels off the floor. Slowly extend the legs, coming into both pose. You're going to hold it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fold forward, reach for your toes. Cross your legs, sitting towards me. We're going to finish with gratitude. Bringing the hands into the heart, closing your eyes, taking this opportunity to draw in 3 deep breaths. As you contemplate on those 3 things you're grateful for today. Thank you so much for coming. Namaste. Have a